Throughout human history, disasters have struck with little warning. Some erased entire cities, others reshaped nations, and a few even changed the way humanity thinks about science, religion, and survival. In this video, we explore 4 disasters that didn't just cause destruction, but forever changed the course of history. These are moments when the world stopped, when everything people believed in was tested, and when the future of societies took a new direction. In the year 79 AD, Mount Vesuvius erupted with unimaginable force. Within a single day, the bustling Roman cities of Pompeii and Herculaneum were buried under volcanic ash and pumice. People tried to flee, but the toxic gases and falling debris trapped thousands. For hours, the skies darkened, turning midday into night. When the ash finally settled, entire communities were entombed. Thousands perished, frozen in their final moments. Some holding loved ones, others covering their faces, all preserved for centuries. To the Romans, this disaster revealed the sheer power of nature, a force that even the might of the empire could not control. But for modern archaeologists, Pompeii became an extraordinary time capsule. From the preserved frescoes on walls to the food left on tables, it gave us a vivid look at daily Roman life. Pompeii was not just a tragedy, it became one of the greatest archaeological discoveries in history.
The volcano finally erupted, sending molten rock 15 kilometers into the sky. The day turned black as the hot rock mixed with the air over Pompeii, blocking the sun, cooling and falling on the city as pumice rock, ash and rain. 4 billion tons of material would fall on Pompeii within 24 hours.
In the mid-14th century, a silent killer swept through Europe, the Black Death. Carried by fleas on rats, the plague spread with terrifying speed, killing up to 1/3 of the continent's population within just a few years. Entire villages were abandoned, streets were filled with carts carrying the dead to mass graves. Families were torn apart, doctors were powerless, and fear gripped every corner of society. Many saw it as divine punishment, while others turned to superstition and desperate cures. But from the devastation came transformation. With so many lives lost, labor became scarce, giving peasants and workers newfound power. Old feudal systems began to weaken. At the same time, traditional medicine was questioned, and for the first time, Europe slowly moved toward more scientific approaches to disease. The plague didn't just kill millions, it permanently reshaped European society, pushing it toward the modern age.
To break the tumor, take a great onion, hollow it, put into it a fig, rue cut small, a dram of Venice treacle, put it close stopped in a wet paper, and roast it in the embers. Apply it hot under the tumor.
Nothing seemed to work. In William Gurney's family, all had now died, except his wife Anne.
On November 1st, 1755, All Saints' Day, the people of Lisbon gathered in churches to celebrate. Moments later, the ground beneath them shook violently. One of the most powerful earthquakes in European history leveled the city. But the horror didn't end there. A massive tsunami crashed into the harbor, sweeping away ships and survivors alike. Fires then raged through the ruins, burning for days. Tens of thousands perished. The impact spread far beyond Portugal. News of the disaster shook Europe. Philosophers like Voltaire questioned how such suffering could exist in a world governed by God. Others, like Immanuel Kant, studied the quake carefully, marking the beginning of modern seismology. For the first time, disasters were not just seen as divine punishment, they were analyzed scientifically. The Lisbon earthquake changed not only a city but also the way humanity understood natural disasters, inspiring governments to plan for future catastrophes.
The first shaking began around 9:30 a.m. Every church bell in the city began to ring on its own. Measuring an estimated 8.5 to 9 in magnitude, the earthquake cracked masonry, collapsed floors, and brought houses down across the city. Because of the timing of the event, large numbers of people were packed into church when the earthquake struck. A number of these were completely destroyed, crushing the parishioners within. Many streets became impassable with the piles of rubble, and bodies were visibly strewn everywhere. The voices of people calling out for help from within could be heard all around. When the shaking of the earth finally subsided, many sought refuge in whatever open space they could find.
In April 1986, the world faced a modern kind of disaster. At the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in the Soviet Union, a reactor exploded, releasing enormous amounts of radiation into the air. The initial blast killed workers, but the invisible danger, radiation, spread far beyond the plant. Entire towns, including Pripyat, were evacuated within hours, leaving schools, playgrounds, and homes frozen in time. The government tried to hide the scale of the disaster, but rising radiation levels in other countries exposed the truth. Chernobyl changed the world's view of nuclear energy. It showed the deadly risks of secrecy, negligence, and poor safety standards. It forced new international rules, sparked global debates about nuclear power, and left behind a haunting reminder: ghost cities where nature has reclaimed the land. Even today, the shadow of Chernobyl lingers in politics, science, and the environment. These disasters were more than tragic events. They shifted cultures, reshaped economies, and forced humanity to question its place in the world. From ancient Pompeii to modern Chernobyl, each disaster left behind lessons written in ash, ruin, and silence. History shows us one truth: destruction can also bring transformation. The question is, when the next great disaster comes, will we be ready to face it, or will history repeat itself? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss an upload. Thanks for watching, and until next time.